So I'm back here again to talk about American domestic politics, of course, right? So again, to prove my point, I know I got to be this jerk and be on here and you know do the "I told you so" skits here. Anyways, I'm about to show you another clip about the Trump coalition breaking apart. It's a real thing, and I've said this time and time again because regardless of what people's politics are, they do not want to be in forever wars. What are we getting with Donald Trump right now? Forever wars. He is the embodiment of everything that a lot of people thought they voted against. Because I can tell you why people were mad under Biden, even though I voted for Biden, even though I've been a lifelong Democrat. Okay. People were tired of the wars then. All right. People were upset about inflation. People were upset about a lot of things in this country. People are hurting. They've been hurting for a while. The cost of living is becoming unattainable. I get it. We're all frustrated. All right. But this is why it's important to inform yourself as a citizen. This is why it's important to watch the news. This is why it's important to look around in independent media online. Okay. Because if you're going to lift your finger to vote, at least vote informed. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is where my partisan hat's going to start. I'm going to put my partisan hat on now. And I know it's going to make a lot of people mad because I want to talk to independents also. I don't want to alienate people just because they're not a Democrat. I get it. Not everybody loves the Democrats. Hell, sometimes I don't love the Democrats and I'm a Democrat. But it's like sometimes eating that vegetable you really don't like, but you feel you got to eat it. You know, eat your veggies. you know, that's why I'm trying to vote for New Democrats, like a lot of us are. We're voting because we want to throw the bums out on both sides of the aisle. I want to throw the old school Democrats out. They're like the stale vegetable I don't want no more. But they were what I call damage control. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, there is a difference between the two parties. I know most of the time you get that uniparty where both parties work together when they screw over the American public, and that is so freaking true. And that's the frustration many people in this country have. I also am frustrated with that. You know what I'd like to see more of? Collaboration across the aisle when it's in good intention. Like what Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna did for the Epstein files. That's the kind of bipartisanship I want to see done in Washington. Okay. Now, good luck getting those files out. Okay. Because the DOJ ain't going to release them all. They're going to redact most of it, and they're going to drag their feet and do all this other, and Trump's going to do all this other shenanigans to distract everybody from them files. We already know this is all a ploy so he can try to stop democracy from happening, along with the war with Iran. All this is a distraction from those files. We already know. And you know what? So be it. They're going to do what they're going to do. But just know that you're now knowing the truth. And they're not going to gaslight you because you're smarter than you give yourself credit for. So here's the thing. The Republican Party's already proved who they are. They're going down. They're going down with the MAGA cult. They don't care. They're not holding their own leader accountable. They're okay with this. Okay? You've already figured out the Republican Party's not on your side. So all you folks out there that voted for GOP, voted for Republicans, voted for Donald Trump because you thought the Democrats were inadequate. Now you're realizing the GOP screwed you. And I'm going to tell you what. That's why I say it's important to vote in primaries, not just general elections. And you need, right now, most of the fighters are on the left. Now, I know that sounds partisan hackery, but it's fact. There are a lot of great people running for office. You need to get your butt up, do your research, and go into those primaries, go into those Democratic primaries and vote for the most populist candidate. I'm giving every independent in America, including registered Republicans, to go into Democratic primaries and join the rest of us to vote for better candidates. because that's the only way we're going to save our country from this disaster trajectory of this authoritarian. All right. The Republican Party is not going to save you. Democratic Party as it stands, is not going to save us either. But the populists right now are running on the left, and that's where you want to cast your vote. So to all you folks out there who, I don't know about you, I've lived through 5 or 6 presidential elections. All right. And to some of you out there that suddenly decide to cast your vote for this narcissist, malignant narcissist, Donald Trump, you now are realizing you're regretting your vote? For real? Have you not paid attention? Have you had your head in the sand all this time? Apparently you have. Now, I'm not telling you don't vote because I didn't like your vote. But to all you folks out there that are crying about regretting your vote, get over it. It's done. That's why you need to inform yourself as a citizen. But if you choose not to vote, then so be it. We'll do the rest of the voting for you. Because us informed citizens have to vote to save you from yourselves. Okay, I will proudly say that out loud. I'm an informed citizen, and I'm voting to save all of our lives. Okay. I'm hoping you join the rest of us in that fight. Don't become demoralized, cry on your couch, and scream on social media that you regret your vote, but yet you don't want to do nothing about it. Therefore, you're never going to vote again. All I got to say to people like that is shame on you. You're better than that. Democracy's hard. Government's bureaucratic and messy. But that's okay. That's why you show up every election, do your research, and vote for people that give a crap. Okay? And make your voice heard. Don't sit here and cry. I couldn't tell you how many elections I voted in. The candidates that I wanted to win didn't win. I couldn't tell you how many elections I voted in for candidates that I felt broke their promises when they did get elected. It happens. A lot of these people become compromised once they get in office. Okay? That's why it's up to you as a citizen to be informed and hold them accountable. Okay? And right now, this is not about partisan politics anymore. This is about voting. This is about right versus wrong. This ain't about left versus right anymore. Okay? The left is the one winning over the moral clarity. The right has lost their moral clarity. And that's why I said this election, this particular election coming up, in these midterms, you need to get your butt up and you need to go vote for the people that choose to harness moral clarity and want to right the wrongs in this country. And the Republican Party don't deserve one iota of your vote because they're going right down the trajectory of Donald Trump. Okay. So, to all you folks out there, boo-hoo, regrets, do something about it. Get your butt off the couch, do your research, and go vote for representatives that actually want to make your life better instead of crying about what you regret and therefore you're not going to vote again. If you do that, that's fine. I believe in America free will. You do what you want to do. But I'm just going to tell you, I mean, if you're going to vote against yourself, I'm going to say, fine, don't vote again. I don't really care. But the rest of us are going to vote to save the rest of you from yourselves. Okay. Now, that's all I want to say in this video. I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. Have a great night. All right. Goodbye. Love y'all.